Hey world, it's being willing to come back to another video. I had to wait a couple of days, families, to drop this video because if you've been in the garden for a while, you've heard me talk about cognitive dissonance. If you've been in the garden, you've been getting this food for thought for a minute. I've talked about cognitive dissonance. Okay? A year and a half ago, family, the governor of Texas said that he placed an all-state mandate on wearing masks. And a lot of these businesses was closed down to 50%. A lot of them closed down. They was determining what's essential and what's not. No one had a problem with essential workers or the fact that, hold up, while they're essential and I'm not essential. No one had a problem with putting masks on, even though they wasn't sick. And all of a sudden now, after a year of being programmed, now when the governor of Texas says, okay, guys, we don't have to wear masks no more based on the numbers, the science that says that people over 65 years old are the ones that are actually, mortally affected by COVID, meaning they're dying from COVID, or those that have underlying health conditions. Now, family, let me just give you a perspective on what that means, because, see, they're not going to tell you what it means. If you have underlying health conditions, diabetes, high blood pressure, lupus, any autoimmune disease, any respiratory disease, asthma, COPD, congested heart failure, any of these particular diseases that you're actually taking medication to sustain a certain quality of life. If you have to go to the pharmacy every month to take medication to sustain a quality of life, then what that tells you and tells me is that, you know what? If I get the flu, if I get a bad case of the flu or coronavirus, it's going to cause some major problems. I can develop something called pneumonia. Why do you think there was this huge influx of ventilators being asked to be produced? Because the ventilators actually help the respiratory system. So if you're sick already and then you get COVID, then you're probably going to develop pneumonia. And developing pneumonia means there's fluid in your lungs, and that means you're going to probably end up dying. You dig? Or if you don't die from it, it's going to be a pretty tough situation for you. You dig? But school-age children, college-age children, anybody under the age of 50 with no underlying health conditions have not died. I thought the whole objective is to make sure that if you get any type of illness, that you're able to recover from it. Family, why are we not looking at the numbers? Over 99% of people that get COVID recover. I don't give a damn if they telling you we got this variant, that variant, this variant. If you're not sick already, you good. And so, a year and a half ago, Governor Abbott told everybody in Texas to wear masks, stay 6 feet apart. Bars are going to be closed. Only people going to be working are essential workers. And no one had a problem with it. All you got to do was say, okay. Really? You would allow a state government, a federal government, tell you what's essential and what's not. You ain't got no problem with it. Now that they come back and say, you know what? Since the numbers are down in reference to hospitalizations and death in Texas, we're going to open things up a little bit more. We're going to make sure that you guys have your own personal responsibility. If you want to wear masks, you can. If you want to do all that, you can. But we're not going to require those that are conscious, that knows that, okay, it's just a flu. Look at the Lysol can. Coronavirus is on that in the 1980s. So I'm good. I don't take any medications whatsoever. Now all of a sudden people in Texas saying, oh, the governor's trying to kill us. I'm blown away, family. If you didn't get a chance to watch my video when it talked about the Twilight world opposed to reality, this is what I'm talking about. When they tell you to put a mask on and stay 6 feet away from each other, you do it. Now that they telling you, you know what, in Texas, you don't have to wear a mask anymore. You don't have to be that socially distanced. Now you scared? Even though the numbers, okay, tell you the same thing that's been telling you. On less than 1% of people die from it. If you sick and you coughing and sneezing, of course put a mask on. You coughing and sneezing. But where and how did we go from when someone sneezes, God bless you, to, oh, I'm scared I might die. Are you serious? Pay yourself first, family. In the meantime, between time, may the Most High Almighty bring you joy. Being will is out of 5,000.